Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Talk Channel. Today's conversation is about Memorial Day in the United States, and this is a great topic if you want to feel more confident joining real conversations with coworkers, neighbors, friends, or classmates during American holidays. I'm Anna.
And I'm Leo. Many English learners understand the words Happy Memorial Day, but sometimes they don't know what to say next, how to continue the conversation naturally, or how to talk about traditions, travel, family gatherings, and the meaning of the holiday. Let's begin.
Hey, Leo, how's your Memorial Day going so far?
It's been really nice, honestly. I woke up a little later than usual, made some coffee, and spent the morning outside because the weather is perfect today. How about you?
Pretty similar, actually. I tried to avoid checking emails and work messages this morning because I really wanted the day to feel relaxing. I think sometimes people forget how important it is to slow down once in a while.
I completely agree. A long weekend can make a huge difference mentally. Even one extra day to rest can help people feel refreshed before going back to work.
Definitely. And Memorial Day weekend always feels like the unofficial beginning of summer in the U.S. The roads get busy, stores are crowded, people start traveling, and suddenly everyone wants to be outside.
That's true. Parks, beaches, lakes, barbecue restaurants, everything gets packed. I drove past a park earlier today, and it looked like half the city was there already.
I believe it. Are you doing anything special later today?
A few friends invited me to a barbecue this evening, so I'll probably go there for a couple of hours. Nothing too fancy, just burgers, music, and conversation. What about you?
My family is coming over this afternoon. My brother said he's bringing grilled chicken, and my parents are making a bunch of side dishes. Honestly, there's always way too much food at family gatherings.
That sounds very familiar. Somehow every family says, we're keeping it simple this year, and then suddenly there are enough dishes for 30 people.
Exactly. And then everybody spends the next 3 days eating leftovers.
Still, those gatherings are nice. Holidays like this give people a reason to reconnect. Life gets busy, and sometimes weeks pass without really sitting down and talking to family members.
That's very true. I think Memorial Day has an interesting balance to it. On one hand, people enjoy the long weekend and spend time with friends and family, but at the same time, the holiday has a serious meaning too.
Right. It's important to remember why the holiday exists in the first place. Memorial Day honors military personnel who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces.
Exactly. And I think some English learners hear people talking about cookouts and travel, but they might not fully understand the meaning behind the holiday itself.
That's a really good point. By the way, cookout is another useful word for learners. A cookout is an outdoor meal where people usually grill food like burgers, hot dogs, or vegetables.
Nice explanation. And Memorial Day is probably one of the biggest cookout holidays in America.
Absolutely. I remember when I first learned about Memorial Day, I confused it with Veterans Day.
A lot of people do that, actually.
Yeah, because both holidays are connected to the military, but Memorial Day specifically honors those who lost their lives during military service, while Veterans Day honors all military veterans.
Thanks for explaining that clearly. That distinction can definitely help learners avoid confusion during conversations.
For sure. Have you ever attended a Memorial Day parade?
I did a few times when I was younger. My hometown used to organize a small parade downtown every year. People would bring folding chairs, children waved little American flags, and local marching bands played music through the streets.
That sounds really nice.
It was. I remember the atmosphere felt respectful, but also warm and community-focused. Some veterans from the town would participate too, and people always applauded when they walked by.
I think those community traditions are meaningful. Even if someone doesn't personally know a military family, the holiday still creates a moment for reflection and gratitude.
I agree. And honestly, many Americans also use the day to remember loved ones in general. Some families visit cemeteries or memorial sites together.
That reminds me, this morning I saw several people placing flowers near a local memorial park. It was quiet and respectful. You could tell the moment meant something important to them.
Memorial Day can feel emotional for many families, especially those with relatives who served in the military.
Definitely. And at the same time, there's also this feeling of togetherness during the holiday weekend. It's interesting how those emotions exist together.
Yeah, I think that's true. So, what kind of food do you usually expect at a Memorial Day barbecue?
Oh, the classic American combination. Burgers, hot dogs, potato salad, corn on the cob, chips, watermelon, all the usual summer foods.
Don't forget iced tea and lemonade.
Of course, and somebody always burns at least one tray of hamburgers.
That's almost guaranteed. Last year, my friend tried to grill for 15 people at the same time and got completely overwhelmed.
I can imagine that happening.
He was running around flipping burgers, answering questions, opening drinks, and trying not to burn everything. At one point, he looked at me and said, "I think I made a terrible mistake volunteering to cook."
That's funny. Hosting can be stressful sometimes, especially when lots of people arrive at once.
Exactly. But people usually don't care if everything is perfect. They just want to relax and enjoy the day together.
That's true. Honestly, some of the best gatherings are the simple ones where everybody feels comfortable.
Agreed. Oh, and speaking of Memorial Day weekends, airports must be incredibly crowded right now.
Absolutely. Millions of people travel during this holiday weekend. Some visit family, others go to the beach, and some people take short road trips.
I thought about traveling this weekend, but then I remembered how heavy traffic gets during holiday weekends.
Smart decision. I saw a news report yesterday warning drivers to expect long delays on highways.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Memorial Day traffic is legendary.
Especially on Sunday evenings when everybody tries to come home at the same time.
Exactly. You know, there's another useful phrase for learners: long weekend. In the U.S., people often say long weekend when a holiday creates an extra day off from work or school.
That's a very common expression. You'll hear people say things like, "Do you have plans for the long weekend?" Or, "I'm glad we have a long weekend coming up."
Right, and honestly, just hearing natural phrases repeatedly can help learners sound much more comfortable in English conversations.
I completely agree. Sometimes learners focus too much on individual vocabulary words and forget that natural communication often depends on phrases and rhythm.
Exactly. Small expressions like "sounds good," "fair enough," "I see," or "that makes sense" can make conversations flow naturally.
Speaking of natural conversation, let's pause for 1 second and thank everybody watching or listening today. If you're enjoying this conversation and practicing English with us regularly, please like the video and subscribe to the English Talk channel. Your support really helps us continue creating natural English conversations for learners around the world.
And if these podcast-style conversations help your listening skills, let us know in the comments. We always love hearing where people are watching from and how long they've been studying English.
All right, let's continue.
So Anna, when you were younger, what did Memorial Day usually look like for your family?
Honestly, it was pretty simple. My parents usually invited relatives over, and everybody spent most of the day outside. The adults talked for hours while the kids played games in the yard.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, and my grandfather always insisted on telling long stories from his younger years. Some of those stories lasted forever.
Every family has at least one person like that.
Definitely. But looking back now, those memories feel special. At the time, I probably thought the conversations were too long, but now I appreciate them more.
I think that happens as people get older. You start realizing those ordinary holiday moments become important memories later.
Exactly. What about you? Did your family have any traditions?
We usually spent Memorial Day outdoors too. Sometimes we went camping and other times we visited relatives. My dad loved grilling food outside no matter what the weather was like.
Even in bad weather?
Oh yeah. One year it started raining heavily and he still refused to cook indoors. He stood outside under a tiny umbrella trying to protect the grill.
That's dedication.
Seriously, everybody kept telling him to come inside, but he acted like grilling outdoors was a matter of personal honor.
That actually sounds very American somehow.
Honestly, it probably was.
You know, another interesting thing about Memorial Day is how businesses advertise huge sales during the weekend.
That's true. Furniture stores, clothing stores, appliance stores, everybody suddenly has Memorial Day deals.
Exactly. Sometimes it feels impossible to escape the advertisements.
I saw a mattress commercial this morning that said the sale was too big to miss.
Every holiday somehow becomes a shopping event eventually.
Pretty much.
Although, to be fair, some people wait all year for those sales if they need to buy expensive items.
That's true, especially things like appliances or furniture.
By the way, did you say appliances or applications? I didn't catch that clearly.
I said appliances. Thanks for asking. Appliances are machines people use in the home, like refrigerators, microwaves, or washing machines.
Got it. Thanks for repeating that. And that's actually a great example for learners watching today. If you don't understand something, it's completely okay to ask someone to repeat or clarify.
Absolutely. Native speakers do that all the time, too.
They really do. Good communication is more important than pretending to understand everything.
Exactly. And usually people are happy to repeat themselves if you ask politely.
So, Liro, if someone invited you to a Memorial Day barbecue for the first time, what would you bring?
Probably drinks or dessert. I think bringing something small is always a good idea when you're invited to someone's home.
I agree. Showing up empty-handed can feel a little awkward sometimes.
Yeah, even something simple like cookies, fruit, or chips is perfectly fine.
And offering to help clean up afterward is usually appreciated too.
Definitely. Although sometimes hosts say don't worry about it, even when they secretly hope somebody helps.
That's very true.
Social situations can be funny like that.
They can. I also think Memorial Day conversations are usually pretty relaxed. People often talk about travel plans, summer activities, food, weather, and family.
Right, which makes this holiday a useful topic for English learners because the vocabulary is practical and conversational.
Exactly. You can learn expressions connected to vacations, gatherings, outdoor activities, and cultural traditions all at the same time.
And learners shouldn't feel pressured to know every detail about American holidays. Even many Americans celebrate differently depending on where they live or their family background.
That's an important point. Some people attend ceremonies, others focus on family time, and some people simply enjoy a quiet day off.
Right. There's no single correct way to spend Memorial Day.
So if you had a completely free Memorial Day with no obligations at all, how would you spend it?
Honestly, probably near water somewhere. Maybe a lake or the beach. I think being outside near water automatically makes people feel more relaxed.
I completely understand that. Water has a calming effect.
What about you?
I'd probably choose a peaceful backyard gathering with close friends, good food, and no schedule. I think sometimes the best holidays are the least complicated ones.
That sounds perfect, actually.
Especially after busy work weeks. People spend so much time rushing around that a calm afternoon can feel luxurious.
That's very true. And Memorial Day is also a reminder that summer is approaching quickly.
Which means people start planning vacations, outdoor events, and summer activities.
And complaining about hot weather.
Of course, that part is inevitable.
Every year, people say, I can't wait for summer. And then 2 months later, they complain it's too hot.
Human beings are very consistent in that way.
Definitely.
Do you think holidays are helpful for language learning?
Actually, yes. I think holidays create natural opportunities for conversation because people tend to ask similar questions every year.
Like, do you have any plans, or are you traveling anywhere?
Exactly. Those repeated patterns help learners feel more prepared.
That makes a lot of sense.
Also, holidays expose learners to cultural habits and traditions, which is a huge part of understanding real conversations in another language.
I agree completely. Language and culture are deeply connected.
For example, if someone at work asks, "Did you do anything fun over Memorial Day weekend?" It helps to understand the context behind the question.
Exactly. Even a simple answer like, I relaxed at home and had dinner with family, can help someone participate naturally in the conversation.
And honestly, people usually care more about friendly communication than perfect grammar.
That's so important for learners to remember. Fear of mistakes stops many people from speaking, but real improvement happens when you participate regularly.
Absolutely. Small conversations matter. Ordering coffee, greeting neighbors, chatting during holidays, those moments slowly build confidence.
One conversation at a time.
Exactly. You know what else I associate with Memorial Day?
What's that?
The smell of sunscreen everywhere.
That's hilarious, but true.
The second Memorial Day weekend arrives, people suddenly act like they've been waiting all year to sit in the sun.
And then half of them forget sunscreen on the first day.
Every single year.
Summer optimism is powerful.
Very powerful.
Well, before we finish today's conversation, I think Memorial Day is ultimately about remembering people, appreciating time with others, and slowing down enough to value those moments.
I agree. Whether someone spends the day traveling, relaxing at home, attending a ceremony, or sharing a meal with family, there's something meaningful about taking time to reconnect with people.
And for English learners, holidays are also a great chance to practice real conversations in natural situations.
Exactly. Even simple questions can become excellent speaking practice.
Well, Leo, thanks for spending Memorial Day with me today.
Thanks, Anna. This was a really enjoyable conversation.
And thank you to everybody watching and practicing English with us today. We hope this conversation helped you feel more comfortable discussing holidays, traditions, travel plans, and everyday life in English.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember that fluency grows step by step through consistent exposure and real communication.
If you enjoyed today's Memorial Day conversation, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the English Talk channel, and share this lesson with another English learner.
Have a wonderful day, enjoy your long weekend if you're celebrating, and we'll see you again very soon.
Goodbye, everyone, and happy learning.